You are listening to the Love and Confidence Podcast, episode number 133. Welcome to the Love and Confidence Podcast. If you're a woman who wants to feel more irresistible, have more fun, and create deeper and more authentic connections, this podcast is for you. I am your host, certified life coach Lærke Nielsen, and I help you become the best and most confident version of yourself so you can attract the love life you desire. Let's get started. Hey there. Have you ever experienced this? Like after a breakup, you feel that your life is so empty. It's not only that he is missing, but it just feels so empty and meaningless. It's like he's going back to his life with lots of fun, all his friends, and a job that he loves. And you are just somehow left behind with nothing. Your friends are so busy and you don't really like your job that much. And maybe your life has actually become a little bit empty. Maybe you forgot yourself and you forgot to do the things that light you up. And maybe you put all your energy and attention into the relationship, especially if at the end it wasn't working so well. You might have spent all your time and energy trying to save it. Hours and hours of thinking and analyzing what was wrong and trying to look for solutions. And that made you even more disconnected from the rest of your life outside of the relationship. And if you look back, then maybe you can see that it already started in the early phases of the relationship. Or maybe you already felt that your life was a bit empty when you met him. And maybe you thought that he was the thing that was missing, and that you finally had found what was supposed to complete you. But now you realize that you were wrong. He wasn't supposed to complete you. He was never supposed to be what gives your life meaning. And you were always complete. And it was always in your power to find what gives your life meaning. And this meaning will be what drives you, what makes you passionate, and what keeps you going in difficult times. And this can also be what makes you forget about time and place. Some people call it the North Star. In this episode, I will briefly explain why having a life purpose is something all women should take very seriously, and why it also benefits your love life. And then I will give you some examples of what it could be, and at the end, I'll offer you a few questions that you can ask yourself if you don't think you have a life purpose and you don't know what it is and what it could be and you want to find it. I'll give you some questions that can help you explore that for yourself. So, in this world, the way men and women are typically socialized, and in some cultures, of course, more than others, men are very much praised for, or they are measured by their career, their achievements in career. And women are more or less indirectly measured by their romantic relationship status. You are supposed to find someone, you are supposed to be chosen. Maybe you're supposed to get married and most likely have a family. A woman might feel that her life isn't complete or she isn't good enough before she has a life partner, and in many cases also a family with children. And it's not that there's anything wrong in wanting that, it's a very human desire. But the problem is when the lack of it makes her feel less valuable, like she's not enough, like she's not a real woman. Not only does this make a lot of women who are single and still looking for a partner and they're over a certain age, it makes them feel that there's something wrong with them. And it also puts a pressure on a relationship when we believe the story that this is the end station to happiness. This is what makes you happy. And once you find it, then your life is finally complete. And then we rely so much on the relationship to fill our life with meaning. And this is opposed to men who are usually viewed as someone who's got it all together the moment they have landed a good career with a good job. They are a good catch, and there's nothing wrong with the fact that this guy is over 40 and he doesn't have a partner. He can still be happy, and we don't feel sorry for him. He isn't behind everyone else. And so it's not that I'm saying that We as women have to go for a career or a passion project or a life purpose just to even out things. I mean, I'm all in for equalization, that's not it. But the reason why I want you to do this is that this will bring so much value to your life, and it is within your control. And it's very, very empowering for a woman to have her own life purpose or passion that she cultivates outside the relationship. This will be a big part of the happiness that you might be looking for in a relationship, and it will make you more happy as a single woman and also more happy as a partner. And a life purpose, that sounds very big and ambitious, and you don't have to call it a life purpose. You can call it a passion project or your current passion, because it doesn't have to be for life and it doesn't have to be like this big mission that you fill up your whole life with. Although it can be that. It also doesn't have to be your career either, but it can be if this is what you feel for. It can't just be a passion that you have for a period in your life until you complete the project or you find something else that feels even more important. The point is that you have a project that feels important to you and that makes you feel important in this world. You have something to do that matters and makes you passionate, and something that's ideally equally important to your romantic relationship. This will give you more balance and resilience both while you are dating and when you are inside a relationship. And it can help you through the difficult phases of a breakup, for instance. It's not that you won't feel hurt or sad, you will have to go through all that, but when you have something that feels important to continue doing, you will get a chance to focus on something else than your breakup, and you will get the feeling that your life still has value and purpose. It is not all empty, and you still have value and something to contribute with. When you are dating, having a life purpose will make you more attractive to most men, but it will also help you stay grounded and not make you feel like it's urgent to find a partner, because the life purpose is a big part of what makes your life exciting, so you don't need a partner to do that for you. And when you then are in a relationship, having a life purpose is still important. Again, it will make you more balanced, but it's also part of what keeps the attraction alive, because it's something that adds to your energy and brings novelty to the relationship. It's the secret garden that Esther Perel talks about, and that I also had a whole episode about. It was episode 74 if you want to go back and listen. So some examples of what could a life purpose or a life passion be. It could of course be your career, but it could also be volunteering for a cause that you feel very passionate about. It could be starting your own side business. It could be writing a book or learning a skill, like for instance a new language, and then go and practice that language in the country. It could also be creating something together with other people, like creating a community of like-minded people who share a passion or a story and who do activities together on a regular basis. It could be something where you work towards a goal, like renovating an old house or a flat, or you make a painting or a sculpture or another creative project. And so now you might think, oh no, but I don't have time for that. How am I supposed to find time for that? My agenda is already full. Now, I don't want you to underestimate how much you can do over a long time if you just can set aside a few hours every week. Half an hour here and half an hour there, that is possible for most people, and you can do that consistently over a longer time, and especially if it's something you really want to do, something that you look forward to doing as often as possible, then it becomes much easier to find the time and prioritize your activities, maybe doing less of the other things that you might tell yourself are important, but that you realize they're not actually that important after all. So really, you have no excuses when it comes to time. It's just finding the thing that you want to throw your energy at. And if you have absolutely no clue what that could be, then here are some questions for you to reflect on. When did you last feel most alive doing something or creating something? And I don't want you to worry if you have to go 10, 15 years back in time to find something that really made you glow and feel alive. Try to make a list of things that you've done and that made you feel really engaged and passionate, all the way since you were a child. And don't worry if some of it was in your childhood. You might want to do it again or find another version of that same activity. It could be taking up dance classes again. It could be taking up painting or roller skating, something that you really enjoy, something that you really can feel passionate about. Then the next question is, what is something you can imagine doing for free and for hours and hours? Make a list of activities and then ask yourself if on this list there is something that you can imagine will also benefit others. It's not that you have to have that in mind, that it benefits others. You can, for instance, want to do something just because you want to do it. Or you can choose to write a book because you want to tell a story, even if you're not sure who will actually read it. But if you have an idea of who your activity will benefit, and you could even have a reader in your mind, someone whose life will change, someone who will feel validated, someone who will learn something from whatever it is you want to write, for instance. And if you know that some people will benefit from the activity or they will find joy and meaning in your project, it makes it a stronger life purpose. Because every time we do something, not only for ourselves, but also for others, we increase chances that we will actually continue doing it. And not just for a short period of time. It's usually easier to motivate ourselves to keep doing something if we know someone is counting on us. This is going to benefit someone else. So when someone needs your contribution, then you also feel needed and you feel more useful, and that will make your purpose stronger. And so the next question you want to ask yourself is, what makes you forget about time when you do it? And what makes you really passionate when you talk about it? What would you do if you had 1 month off completely unexpected? And then once you have some ideas, then don't overthink it. Don't put the list aside and do nothing about it because you feel overwhelmed and you can't make up your mind and so on. Just choose one and get started. The idea is not to choose the one perfect project. The idea is just to get started. You can always change your purpose if you later realize that you wanted to do something else. Or you can give yourself time to try several projects on a smaller scale to feel what happens inside you when you do it, and then decide on one. And then you want to just go all in on that one project for at least a year. Small steps at a time, all the time. This is how you travel a very long distance. So if this feels inspiring to you and you're thinking, yes, I do want to up-level my life, I want to find my purpose and I want to look after other things in my life too, I want to start really taking my power back and creating a life that I love, then I have just what you need. I have recently published a freebie. It's a new free guide and it's called 7 Steps to a Joyful Life with or without a Man. And this is a guide that contains actionable steps and questions for self-reflection in 7 areas or 7 domains of life. And then it also has some worksheets so you can track your progress and you can set intentions. And you can get this workbook for free if you sign up on the link in the show notes. And you can also find it on my website, lærkenidsencoaching.com. And if you want more personalized and direct support from me, then I really want to invite you to book a free call. There's a link in the show notes as well. Book a free call. Let's talk for 45 minutes and I can share with you how I can help you get the result you want. Whether that is a better relationship, getting over a breakup and creating a better life afterwards, or dating in a more balanced and fun way where you really enjoy it and you feel that for the first time in your life, you believe that you're going to find love. Thank you for listening all the way to the end. I'll be back next time. Have a wonderful week. If you like what you're hearing on this podcast and you want to get support from a coach on your love journey, I invite you to book a free consult call with me. You will find the link in the show notes. And also, don't forget to subscribe, and I would love it if you would rate and review this podcast, and then you'll also help other women find it.